What's going on, guys? Happy that you're watching this video. This is going to be a video about questions and things to ask a partner or a potential partner to try and get them to be a partner. Maybe you guys have experienced over like several weeks where like you're talking to somebody, things go well, and then you ask them to be your girlfriend or boyfriend, and then immediately like shit just starts falling apart, right? Or it's like, yo, it's just not working well. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Like, I don't know what questions I need to be asking myself or asking them. Like, I feel like I don't really know this person. Everything went well, right? How can we better like kind of adapt that situation so that it feels a little bit more consistent and authentic and can last a little while longer? The biggest thing I can say 100%, right? So dating or being in a relationship, and these words are so intertwined and reused in different ways that it's like dating means going on dates, dating means you're dating this person. Like it's kind of confusing. So we'll say going on dates, meaning you guys are not official, and we'll say in a relationship when you ask to be like when you guys ask to be boyfriend, girlfriend, right? So when you are dating somebody, right, you're going out on a couple of dates. We're going to kind of move past that and kind of give an example. Like maybe it feels good, right? Like maybe things feel good and you're like, yeah, I really like this person. We have good conversation. Things are going well. They're really pretty. They're really handsome. Like, I like this person. I like their values. I like some of the things they're about. Once you've locked into that, and you guys, after a month or a couple weeks, have decided to be boyfriend or girlfriend, then you're in kind of more that committed, like, I think that you need to think about it in a way more of, now we're committed to being into a relationship, right? Like, we enjoy each other, and whatever your time frame is on that, how do we really get to know if this candidate is a person to marry, right? I think we oftentimes in this society get a little bit confused on the idea of trying to just take fun photos and go do fun activities and just have a good time, right? And although those are like some very important things, don't get me wrong, those are things that are going to have to be addressed for you to be successful in this relationship. You also need to think a little bit more on the side of dating is a time for hard questions. It is a time for getting to deeply know somebody. It is to understand intentions. It's to understand values. It is to build and understand who that person deeply inside and out is, right? What do they care about? What do they do day to day? What do their routines look like? You're really needing to investigate this person and understand, how do they deal with things? How are they handling frustrating situations? How do they control emotions? How do they answer questions? What values do they have? Another big part of that is understanding somebody's childhood a little bit. How were they loved as a kid? Because that's usually how it translates, and not in every way, but that's going to give you a good indication on how somebody's going to act long term. And so it really is, understand who that person is. Figure out, like, if you feel like, you know, that a person isn't like annoyed by you, or that you feel like you can't be your authentic self, those are all major issues, right? Those don't go away with marriage. Those don't go away with time. Those are things where you have to build a relationship with somebody and figure out if those things are going to work long term or not. And if they're not going to work long term, then you need to kind of probably move on if your goal is to get married, right? If your goal is to get married, to have kids, to find somebody who is authentically somebody that you can see yourself with long term and that you really deeply care about, then those are all things that you have to be able to ask and have to be able to understand on a super deep level. The other thing is, like, again, this is all about just interviewing and understanding who a person is. So if, for example, that person maybe you know, does things that might annoy you, how can we better handle those situations? Understanding how they like to deal with arguments is a great thing to kind of figure out. How long does it take them to get over, you know, feeling sad or upset? Because, you know, if you're taking a vacation and that person's always angry or like will stay angry for days, then obviously it's a really challenging thing to want to stay with that person, right? You know, they could ruin a whole vacation. And so you have to be able to figure out how well do they communicate their feelings. Are they distant? What is their attachment style? Do you get close to them and they pull away? Are they very insecure? Are they a jealous person? These are all very important to understand before, because dating is to deal with the hard things, to deal with the hard questions, to deal with the struggle, right? That's what it's for. Because if you can't get through that in dating, how are you going to do that in marriage? Like, it doesn't make it easy. Marriage is for like the enjoyment, the vacations, the traveling, the spending the rest of your life together, the good times, the bad times. But dating also has to really be like this is this is a training, right? If you're a soldier, right, you have to go in the training, you have to deal with the hard things. They have to figure out, are you a soldier, yes or no, and then move forward. Marriage is more of you are a soldier now. There is still difficult times, but you've made it. Like, you've accomplished that. You know this person's going to go through thick and thin with you. They're going to work hard on being able to accomplish those things. And there's always work at every step of the way.